Hello everyone, Ben Williams here, and we are out today planting some trees. Now, this is one of the videos, if you guys have been tuning in long enough, this is one of our design area videos that we talked about back when we had the DeerTube channel with Tyler Breen. So, what I'm in here doing today is I'm actually working through this cut woods, and we'll talk about some of the benefits of this. Some of the stuff we've already seen because of this, and some of the stuff that's developing because of this. But right now I have some leftover tulip poplars, so I'm plugging them in this nice wet bottom to reforest this area a little bit. So let's check out what we got going on here. So the style of planting that hopefully you saw there is with a Dibble bar, which is this tool right here. This is a great tool if you're planting a lot of trees. It's a quick, easy plugger for seedling trees. Right here you can see that the deer trail is up here. It goes down through this bottom. This is off the deer trail. Hopefully this one doesn't get browsed. I'm not spending the time to tube these trees in this specific location, but here it is. I got it tucked in. It's a fast growing tree, but I got it tucked in next to these couple little elms and then there's rose bushes where it's probably not going to be as easily found by a deer. So that's what we're hoping for with some of these spots I've tucked them into. I tucked a couple in up in this little pockets in the rose bushes. But as you can see, this just looks like deer mecca down in here. So this was a shelter wood style cut. Now there are a couple spots on this where the deer trails come up across where we designed hunting stand locations around that. There's also a nice food plot over here to my south. But again, with all this overstory cut, and this is what you have to do to get this kind of regeneration in here. This is only 2 years post cut, and look at all the deer food in here. Everything in here is browse. This is great wintertime food. This is great summertime, springtime, fall, you name it. This is food and bedding. There's bedding pockets that are up in these little spots where I've seen them bed before. I've seen them bedded specifically down in the bottom for a day bed down in here. I actually watched a nice 2.5, maybe 3.5-year-old buck down here from one of the stand locations bedded right down in this bottom, actually right on the other side of this little point that's down in here. So this is great bedding cover. We've had turkeys nesting in here the last couple years. That way I wanted to get in here and get this done early May as quick as I could, because I don't want to disturb if there's a hen that's historically used this area. I don't want her busted out, because she nested just on the other side of this point too. There's two ash tops that were down in there. This was a sanitation cut for ash. As you can see, pretty wide open canopy. There is some maple here, but if you look back here to the north, look at all that canopy up there and look at all that growth because of it. This is food, this is cover, this is structure, this is protection from predators. This is all the above in a great bedding area location that works with our stand locations we've set up around this. Food source to my south, as well as food source to the northeast of here as well in this little cut. So this is the design spot we talked about in our video. But if you look at all this browse, I mean, look at all the browse, everything. I mean, you can walk right through all of this and just see browse on this little cherry tree. Look at all the browse in here. And I had a Facebook memory show up today, and this is a great distinction about this from the Mississippi Deer Lab, that a deer eats on average 150-pound deer, so a mature doe, let's just say, or let's just say probably a 2.5-year-old buck or older, 150-pound approximate deer. You know those big totes that you have that you put your Christmas lights in or your decorations in? A deer eats one of those full of leaves and vegetative matter on a daily basis. And there is a lot of food down in here to feed them deer every day for 365. Not just the great summertime right now when food is aplenty, but again in the wintertime for all this high quality stump shoot browse coming off of this ash tree in particular. Some of them are going to produce better than others. Some of them don't stump sprout, like this one right here. But this one is just providing a ton of browse. Cover, there's structure, there's browse. And you can see up in here where the deer doesn't want to stick his head in because this little hickory tree is bent over. Look at these. Look at this ash vigorously growing. But again, you get up in here where you can get reached around on it on the back side of this, and you got, look at the browse here. And this is what you'll get. And we actually have another cool little story. We actually have an ash tree that we did this to at the college, and we didn't pluck the stump. and there is it's either a black duck or a mallard. I'm not 100% with my duck ID. I just know it's that color kind of duck nesting in one of these right next to our gymnasium at the college where I work full time. So that's also really cool that this can provide potentially duck nesting habitat now that I know about it, which is really cool. But again, these tops down in here providing good structure for bedding for deer, nesting cover for turkeys. There's songbirds in here that have been rooting around in the leaf litter for bugs or maybe nesting opportunities. You can hear the birds going around me. Just a great little spot. And again, if you want to kind of look at what it looked like, even this has been cut because there was, I think, 6 or 7 big ash down here on the south end, and then a majority of them on the north end were pretty even sized, but there were some big trees down here. And again, making this spot better. We're going to come in here probably next spring. We'll say probably June, so kind of early summer, late spring, and we'll probably do an invasive species treatment in here because I do have some ornamental bittersweet I want to hit in here. We'll probably use a Glide 2,4-D mix or something like that with it to get that under control. Maybe spray some of the buckthorn that's in here, or cut and treat as well. So we do have some invasives in here, but a lot of good quality browse as well coming up in this habitat. So hope you guys like this video. Quick little tour down here of the design area, and this is just a wicked good spot. I actually bumped a nice longbeard when I came in here too. So we'll see, maybe he's roosting to the north where we've had birds historically roost before, and maybe I'll get out here and chase him in the next couple days, or I'll send Dad over here on a mission to put the hurting on him. He's the turkey slayer. I'm just pretty good at scaring them. So I want to thank you all for tuning into this video. If you like it, please give us that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Drop your comments down below about what you'd like to see. But again, opening up that canopy, you can see it right here. How much green's here to feed your deer? How many acres of this does it take to feed your deer? Dozens and dozens and dozens of acres. I can feed multiple deer per acre with habitat, high quality habitat like this. Hold them during that daylight hours with good safety and security as well, and not over hunting around this area. So might see a shed over here. Another cool thing about getting down in here. No, that's that rib bone. That's a rib bone. I found a nice buck in here, Dad, the year we cut this too, unfortunately. So that's the long and short of it, guys, from the design area. A little long-winded in this, but we planted a tree with the old Dibble bar we talked about and looked at what we got going for habitat features in here, and it's just a great looking layout. I really enjoy this spot. It's a real nice and quiet spot, actually, for being how close it is to some neighboring pieces here, but it's really super quiet and a good place that lays out and designs well with our property. So that's the big key, guys, is design, and access. I preach it all the time. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be posting up another video probably here at the end of the week. So I want to thank you all for tuning in again. I say this all the time, but without you guys doing this, I probably wouldn't be doing these videos. And my goal is to help you. So if you want to see anything, let me know in the comments below. Shoot me a message if you got any questions. I'd be happy to answer them or help you in any way I can. And I'll catch you all next time here in the field. Take care, guys.